Hello everybody, my name is Paula Alejandra Benjumea and I am going to give you a brief description about simple present tense. What is simple present tense? We use the simple present to express the idea that an action is repeated or usual. The action can be a habit, a hobby, a daily event, a scheduled event, or something that often happens. It can also be something a person often forgets or usually does not do. Remember, we use the present tense for repeated or regular actions in the present time period. This is a form of the simple present tense. First subject plus base form of the verb plus s or es in third person plus complement. Let's see the following. Subject, verb, and complement. Verb conjugation. For verbs that end in o, ch, sh, ss, x, or z, we add es in third person. For example, go, goes, catch, catches, wash, washes, kiss, kisses, fix, fixes, bus, buses. For verbs that end in a consonant plus y, we remove the y and add ies in third person. For example, marry, marries, study, studies, carry, carries, worry, worries. And finally, for verbs that end in a vowel plus y, we don't remove the y, but we add s in third person. For example, play, plays, enjoy, enjoys, say, says. Negative form. Affirmative. We learn to speak English in the university. Negative. We don't learn to speak English in the university. We have test examples. The difference between affirmative and negative sentences is the negative auxiliary don't. See the following. To make a negative sentence in English, we normally use don't or doesn't with all verbs except to be and modal verbs. Order to construct a basic negative sentence. First, subject, auxiliary don't or doesn't, verb, and complement. When the subject is he, she, or it, it's a third person. We add doesn't between the subject and the verb to make a negative sentence. Notice that the letter S at the end of the verb in affirmative sentence disappears in the negative sentence. Examples. You don't speak Arabic. You doesn't speak Italian. We don't have time for a rest. It doesn't move. They don't want to go to the party. And finally, she doesn't like fish. Questions in the simple present tense. Affirmative. You speak Mandarin. Question. Do you speak Mandarin? Affirmative. He speaks French. Questions. Does he speak French? To make a question in English, we normally use do or does. It has no translation in Spanish. Doubt is essential to show we are making a question. It is normally put at the beginning of the question. Order to construct a basic question. Do or does, subject, verb, and complement. You will see that we add do at the beginning of the affirmative sentence to make it a question. We use do when the subject is I, you, we, or they. When the subject is he, she, or it, we add does at the beginning to make the affirmative sentence a question. Notice that the letter S at the end of the verb in the affirmative sentence disappears in the question. We don't use do or does in questions that have verb to be or modal verbs as can, must, might, should, etc. Questions in simple present tense. Examples. Do you need a dictionary? Does Mary need a dictionary? Do we have a meeting now? Does it rain a lot in winter? Do they want to go to the party? Does he like pizza? Short answers with do or does. In questions that use do or does, it is possible to give short answers to direct questions as the follows. For example, do you like chocolate? Yes, I do. No, I don't. This is short answers in affirmative and negative. For third person, for example, does he like chocolate? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. However, if a question word such as who, when, where, why, which, or how is used in the question, you can't use the short answer above to respond to the question. Exercises. Let's see the following exercises. He goes to school every morning. He doesn't go to school every morning. Does he go to school every morning? She understands English. She doesn't understand English. Does she understand English? Exercises. I take the train to the office. I don't take the train to the office. Do you take the train to the office? John sleeps 8 hours every night during the week. John doesn't sleep 8 hours every night during the week. Does John sleep 8 hours every night during the week? Okay, let's to see the following conversation in simple present tense.
So, how's it going with Jack?
Not great. I mean, I like him a lot, but it's impossible. During the week, I have swimming practice on Mondays. I do taekwondo on Tuesdays and tennis on Thursdays.
Do you see him on Wednesdays then?
No, he watches black and white films at his cinema club on Wednesdays.
Yeah, and they're not just really old films, Alfie. They watch foreign ones with subtitles too.
Well, there's always the weekend. Do you go out together at the weekends?
That's just it. It's tricky. He works in the bookshop all day Saturday, and he goes out with his mates from the book club on Saturday evenings.
Whoa, book club. So he loves old films and books. Does he like sports?
Not really. He thinks chess is a sport. Well, he watches football on the telly sometimes, but he doesn't play any sports.
I think you're right. It's impossible.
Right, I'm late. See you later.
See you, Daisy.
Hi, love.
All right, Mum.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good trip.
Not bad, but Thailand's really hot at this time of year. I'm off to Chiang Mai tomorrow to do a 3-day trek. The train leaves at 5 in the morning. How's Daisy? Is she with you?
No, she has tennis on Thursdays.
Ah, of course. No problem. Listen, ask Daisy to phone me later, okay? The number of the hotel is on the fridge, and I'm in room 37.
All right, Mum. Speak later. Watch out for the snakes.
Thanks, Ollie. Bye, love. See you Sunday.
Is your mum in Thailand this week?
Yeah. Trekking in Chiang Mai for 3 days.
Wow. That beats going to college. Imagine. 3 days in the jungle. I can't imagine my mum doing that. Cool. Does she like walking?
No, not really. Only if it's to go shopping on the high street.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.